Hi, everyone. I'm Steve here with Brian Sanchez, who is a personal trainer at Parkway Athletic Club in Carson City, Nevada. What is it? We have 6 locations to serve you, right?
Hey, the Parkway's the only way. Let's do this.
All right. So we are going to talk about, well, I guess we just call them weight loss medications, peptides, GLPs. There's they call GLP-1, GLP-2, GLP-3, so on. So if you guys want to know more about peptides, we're not going to get into detail here, but you can find out more. I'll put a couple links in the description, and you can find out more about peptides if you're searching and if you're trying to research and find out what they do. So we're going to talk about, you hear so many things. You and I have both tried Retta. We've tried it.
Correct.
And it's very powerful. No
It is
doubt.
a strong product. Yes.
Yep. It's very powerful. And it will shred weight off of people. However, we're not doctors. We're not telling you what to do. You need to talk to your own doctor about prescriptions and anything that have to do with that, obviously. Your own medical practitioner. We're just giving you our opinions. Now, I've tried it. If I'm going to talk about it, I want to try it. And it's powerful. No doubt about it. It's very powerful. And people will lose weight. It hits that, Retta hits that dopamine issue, and it can just destroy anything in a good way. And I know that you also think the same way, and we're both advocates. We're both big advocates of the right GLP-1, 2, or 3 that works for you. There's going to be more coming out. Again, talk to your doctor. And we're advocates. We're not telling you not to do this. But we were talking in the gym today about some concerns that I have and what you need to do to prevent this from being a negative experience, especially if you're a big eater. If you're a big eater, if you eat a lot and it's gotten you way overweight, this will work. But that's where my concern comes in. So let me say it I just said it in a nice way. Now I'm going to say it in kind of a little bit meaner way. If you eat so much, if you're really a pig and that's why you're fat, that could be a problem. Will this peptide work? Absolutely. But we're going to talk about some of the cautions and some of the worries. I mean, I'll just use that word that I have that people might have if they're big eaters, if they just like to eat, and that's the cause of their obesity. It's not the cause of a lot of people's obesity. It's other things. But if you're one of those people that you got fat because you eat, that's what we're going to kind of talk about. So go ahead, Brian.
Well, it's not only if you overeat, it's your choice of foods. If you have a moderate calorie diet, but it's all garbage food, same problem. If you eat well and you supplement your calories with heavy amounts of alcohol, same problem. You're getting bad calories in. You're going to experience, I think, if you use like the GLP-3 product that's out there, you're going to experience a change in your body. And when you first start it, if you use the GLP-1 or the GLP-2, I think you're going to experience a change in your body when you first start it. The problem that occurs with these products, first off, to me, I don't have enough information, and I can't predict in 25 years if we're all going to grow an arm from our forehead because we've tried these products. We don't know the long-term fallout of these yet. Studies are getting published. We know information. We for sure are confident that GLPs and low protein, you're going to lose muscle. And that's a very bad thing because it's not a good weight loss. On the other side is if you overeat or you have a very poor diet and you don't change the behavior of your eating system, when you come off these products, look out, because the protection you had for appetite suppression or the cleansing of your blood, like the GLP-2s and the GLP-3s, where they kind of help you take care of all the carbs and sugars in your blood system, or when your furnace in the GLP-3 is burning all the fat out of your liver and you're eating all this horrible stuff. What's going to happen when you come off that product? Your body is going to slam into let's put it all back on mode. And what we're starting to see in the information that's out there is people are gaining more weight back. And the dangers that come in with that is if you didn't maintain your protein levels when you were eating poorly and you're just eating garbage and you lost muscle weight, now you've really impacted your percentages of fat to muscle. And so when you gain that weight back, you're most certainly not going to necessarily gain that back in muscle. You're going to gain it back in fat. Now you've really thrown off your body percentage in fat. So you have to be careful with this. When you take these products, I don't know why people look at any of these supplements as, candy that you can just take as much as you want, when you want, and how you want. All of this has to be balanced out. You have to find dosages that work for you, that help you lose the weight or clean the blood or help you if you're diabetic. You also have to manage the food. And when you look at the commercials for GLPs and they talk about, I actually haven't seen one in a while, but I remember seeing them, within the last year where they talk about this product with a good exercise and eating program allows you to lose weight. They don't say continue down your bad path of food and eat like a pig and don't worry about it, or eat nothing but French fries and cheeseburgers every day and don't worry about it. They don't say that. But people aren't working in that way all the time, and they choose to lose the weight, and they don't choose to change their eating behaviors. When you come off of this stuff, it's just a matter of when the cravings come back. The appetite suppressant is gone. I think with the GLP-3, from what I understand, it takes a little longer. It stays in your system a little longer, so you might not catch it right away. But 6 to 8 weeks down the road, when you can't stop eating the cookies and the pretzels and the candy and the cake and the ice cream, 24/7, you're going to be in trouble in about 8 months because your body's going to put it all back on. In that sense, it's a danger. But I think also under-calorie eating's just as bad, because when that appetite suppressant hits you and you don't eat, your proteins are going to be low. Then what happens is you start to lose muscle. There's even some suggestion, and I don't have the study with me to quote it, but there was some information that came into long-term usage where they weren't eating proper food, suggested that they may even lose bone density, which really scares me. So you can imagine those of us who are over 55, if we're trying these products for the right reason, but we're not managing our eating systems well, you could potentially lose muscle and bone density. And we have experience now of people coming in to our facilities and hiring us because they've lost so much muscle they can't move well anymore because of these products, because they have not properly developed an eating system for themselves. You have to ask the doctors. You have to talk to nutritionists. You have to find things that are going to work for you. You have to eat the right foods. People that say, well, I don't eat vegetables and I don't eat carbs, I only eat protein. Try Retta and try to use Retta without carbs in your diet. You're going to be crawling on the ground in about 6 weeks because you need carbohydrates, good quality carbohydrates, with that product, in my opinion. So keep that in mind. Change your eating behaviors. Don't be a pig because you think you got the magic pill, because you don't. Because when you come off it, it's coming on back if you don't change your practices. Steve.
Yeah, that's the most important thing to emphasize is sooner or later, you have to have healthy habits. If you want to lose weight, if you want to recomp your body, put lean tissue on, you have to have healthy habits. You have to lift weights, you have to eat protein, and you have to eat clean, and you have to eat the right number of calories. You got to get your macros right: fats, protein, and carbohydrates. If you don't, I don't care how you get the weight off. I've said this 100 times. It's not going to stay off. And that's the one of the biggest mistakes people make when they diet is they get to that number, they get to that weight that they want to be at, and they go, I made it, yay. And then they think they can go right back to what they were doing when they gained the weight or before they lost the weight. And they think that they can go back for some reason and do what they were doing before. If you do that, you will end up fatter than what you were when you started every time. So you have to change your lifestyle. You have to eat healthy food, whole food, the right food. You have to get rid of, okay, now what are the things that you want to get rid of? Ultra-processed foods, foods that come in a package. You want to try to eat grass-fed, grass-finished beef. You want to get organic, pasture-raised eggs, and same with the chicken and wild-caught fish. That's if you're really, getting to be serious with this. But whole foods. Whole foods means it doesn't have a bunch of ingredients in a food that was concocted or created. And you even have to watch some of these foods that seem like whole foods. Like if you go to a fast food place and you look at what's in the meat, it's meat, right? It should only be one thing. But some of these things have 25 ingredients in meat or in the chicken. That's crazy. That's not what you want. So healthy, whole foods. Eliminate the things in the box or in the package. Calorie drinks. There's a lot of junk in the drinks that we eat. These sugar coffees and mochas and lattes and all these things that you get at the drive-thru to get your coffee drink or whatever it is. A lot of junk in there and a lot of calories. So things in a box, crackers in a box, you can't eat those. Potato chips, don't eat those. Ice cream. Ice cream comes in a container and it's not going to be healthy. Plus it's a lot of sugar. So those are the things that you want to eliminate. Ultra processed foods. Google it, AI it, find out what ultra processed foods are, and you have to eliminate those for sure. And when you do, your body's going to get healthier. And when you get healthier and your body's working better, guess what? Weight comes off. So I think those are the biggest mistakes people make is eating processed foods before or after they diet. And when they're dieting and they come off their diet or they get to that set point where they want to be, they go back to, I'm just going to do my old habits. And that's not going to work either. Make sure you lift weights also. Now, we're not doctors. We're not telling you to listen to us about any medications. You need to talk to your medical practitioner about that. And like I said, we're not telling you what to do one way or another. This is not medical advice. So you guys do your own research. Think for yourself. It's another thing I like to say. So, Brian, any last thoughts?
Supplements, whether it's peptides, prescribed drugs, vitamins, read the labels, stay within the guidelines, take the minimal amount that you need to be successful. Don't treat this stuff like it's just amino acids or it's just a plant. Things like that. They have strong actions within the body. Be smart. Be careful. Steve?
All right, Brian. As always, thanks for being with us.
Glad to be here.
You guys have questions, put them in the comment section. We'll talk to you next time.
Peace.